Welcome back, everyone, to its last call. Last call with the alcohol only on it is the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, join me on the line. This young lady here, well, she has been signed by a big promotion already. She's under 20 years old, but she's joined the family business. And while that family business means going into the ring and beating up people, knocking them out, and she plans to do that, I give you part of the Fundora clan itself. I give you undefeated and amateur sensation. I give you Gabriella Fundora. So, Gabrielle, I'll start off here with a question. Now, why turn pro? Why was this something that, despite the fact, there were still people hoping to go to the Olympics, why did you turn pro at a young age?
Well, we had a goal. So our original goal was to go to the Olympics, but because of the cutoff age, we weren't able to. So we're going to turn pro instead. It's a new chapter, a new story in life. So we tried the pro round. We'll see how it goes.
Is there a part of you that's sort of just, I won't say frustrated, but just sort of, it's ironic that the cutoff date was last year. Then all of a sudden, COVID hits, everything gets pushed back. Now you're, as you said, you're 19 years old, and pros are still allowed. Is there a part of it that's like, God damn it, why couldn't this happen, earlier rather than later?
Well, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. So, sad that this COVID thing happened, but we just keep moving forward. Going to the Olympics wasn't in our it's not in our field no more. So we're just gonna go aim straight for pro. We're just focused on that.
How tough has this past year been for you in just terms of you've had to grow up? I tell and only just you, like every young person I know, I feel bad because school got shut down, events got shut down. A lot of people lost graduations. A lot of people lost, a chance to go to vacations, movie theaters, all that stuff. How tough was that for you, having to literally just adapt, wear a mask, sit, 6 feet apart, social distancing? When I hate to use that word, but you're still a kid. I mean, you're still a young lady here. How much has this year been just tough, having to grow up quickly?
Well, luckily I have a good family, so we had actually a graduation in my own backyard. So not a lot of people get to do that, but we were very fortunate enough to be able to. We very, 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 very grateful to have that. Not a lot of stuff changed. I usually just usually it was school, boxing, and then stay with the family. The only thing is, I guess it takes away prom and all that stuff. But other than that, nothing really much changed.
Is there anything you miss that you took for granted? And it could be something simple, like you miss going to a restaurant and having to wear a mask, or miss going to movie theaters once in a while.
That was the thing. My mom makes home cooked meals every day, so it's very rare that we go to restaurants. And other than that, I'm usually with my brothers all the time, or my little sister. So it's not. I guess I'll miss my friends, but other than that, it's not really, because I text them every day. So nothing really much changed.
All right. So how does this work for you then in terms of training? Because I'm guessing that you guys trained out of your own backyard. So how much of that for you was an adjustment in the beginning, where it's like, all right, well, we're going to train in the backyard and do a lot of different kind of road work. How much of that was, did it take getting used to having to modify things because of restrictions?
Nothing really modified, only because we have everything that we need in our backyard. So nothing really changed. I guess the only thing that would be running, but other than that, we pass by people, so it's not like we're in contact with them. So nothing really changed.
Why get into boxing? What was it about the sport that you loved, considering it's a brutal sport? You're cutting weight. You basically are putting your body through rigors that most people couldn't do. You get beat up a lot, even just regular training. And oh, by the way, you probably spar with your brothers. They sometimes love to sort of get their shots. And so, what was it about boxing that has just made you fall in love with?
Well, watching actually my mom be in the ring at the time she would box, so I'd just watch her. I'd watch her move around. And that made me, and I was always watching my brothers going to every tournament. I was always there too. So watching them go and see the boxing and see how everything works. It was something that I needed to do and do better than my brothers.
When did it all make sense? Like, when did you feel? Give me the day that everything started to just make sense in terms of you were no longer thinking. It was just reaction, whether it was the jab, the footwork,
Since my
the
first
Bobby
fight.
Weaver. Like, when did you have that? Give me that fight where all of a sudden it's like, you know what? It feels natural. This is like brushing my teeth. I don't have to worry about think about it. I'm gonna do it.
Well, actually, when my very first fight here in California, when I first put my gloves on, my first pair of gloves, put it on, and I said, okay, this is it. It makes sense. It clicked to me naturally.
I've been following your record for a while, and as you said, you've had this dominant performance. Your father's your coach, so how does that work? How do you guys, separate father-daughter relationship, which is a very, very close one, to trainer-fighter, which it's also close, but a different one. Trainer-fighter, they'll start cursing if they need to. How does that work? And was it tough for your father in the beginning? Like, okay, how am I gonna, coach my daughter when I don't want to start cursing, because you don't curse at ladies, but sometimes trainers have to curse at their fighters and go, get your head out of your ass.
Well, my dad's been my coach since I was small, and he's been my brother's coaches too. So he actually never curses to anybody. Yeah, there's times where he'll be strict and it's like, come on, what did you wake up wrong on the wrong side of bed? But other than that, we have a good relationship where it's like we know when each other what everybody's thinking. So for the most part, it's good. There's no problems really.
When do you hope to have your first professional fight? I know that you signed just a couple months ago. When do you hope to sort of get everything like on a card, whether it's a televised card, an untelevised card? Like, when do you hope to start getting, that first pro fight so you can get everything, out of the way and get those jitters out of the way?
Actually, I got my contract yesterday, so we got that signed, and so I'll be fighting May 15th on Showbox.
All right, so now is that fight televised?
Yes.
Take me to that. I mean, what is it like now where part of a dream has now happened? You've done, you had all these goals and dreams you set up when you were a kid. You wanted to turn pro, you did that. You wanted to be a top amateur, you did that. You want to fight on TV because everybody wants to fight on TV. You're going to be doing that. When do you expect to have that little kid geek out moment where it's like, oh my God, I'm fighting Showtime?
I actually had it yesterday.
What was that like then? It's like you said, oh my God, I'm on Showtime.
Yeah, this is gonna go actually down in history. It's one of the first female fighters. So I mean, this is unbelievable. It's awesome. It's something that's gonna be written down, and it's gonna be future generations gonna be like, oh, Gabriella Fundora, first female fighter going on Showbox. It's unbelievable.
I'm guessing not from your family, and I'm guessing not from Sampson. Were there ever people though who tried to say, hey, maybe you should do MMA? Maybe you should do this, especially where you're looking around and they make better money. They are on, CBS. They're also on Showtime. They're on ABC, ESPN, Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, Amanda Nunez. Was there ever part of you that's like, maybe I should do this MMA just because that sport seems to treat women like fighters and not, well, you're a separate novelty?
Oh yeah, there's always gonna be people that says that do something else. You should be doing something else. And there were people that told me that. There's still gonna be people that's telling me that. But honestly, boxing's always been my passion, and it's gonna be always my focus, my number one priority. So I don't listen to what other people have to say unless it's my father or my mom. So, but other than that, but they can say whatever they want. It's like, oh, okay.
Like as a female fighter, does it bother you that it's 2-minute rounds? The guys have 3. That that the pay still is not that great. That they don't seem to recruit as much. I mean, because when you look around at women's MMA, they're basically being treated as their male counterparts. 5-minute rounds, 3 5-minutes, championship rounds, same as thing. Is there a part of it that's like, look, we want to start being treated like equals. We want to have 3-minute rounds at least. God damn it.
I mean, I guess for now you gotta start somewhere, but I'm being here to change something, so I'm gonna make a difference in for the female boxing.
So how do you do that? Because you don't strike me as somebody who likes to rock the boat. You're not somebody who likes to, be the pain in the ass. And sometimes you got to be a pain in the ass to do that. So how do you plan to go about changing it so that you can help go, okay, eventually it's going to be 3-minute rounds. Eventually we're going to get, equal money as, compared to what we should be paid. I mean, how do you plan to help bring women's boxing, kicking and screaming probably into the 21st century?
Well, I mean, the only thing you can really do is put on a show, put on a great performance, show people that not off it, females boxing has changed over time, and it's changed a lot.
How much pressure are you putting on for this fight? Because I'm guessing it's not winning is expected, but you want to put on a show. You want to show people that, hey, I am must see TV. I am basically the next wave of the Clarissa Shields, the Katie Taylors, the Jessica McCaskills. I'm now that next group. So how much pressure are you putting on yourself, not just win, but have people go, "Ooh, we got to see her again. She's must see TV." That was a performance we're talking about.
Oh, I'm putting on a lot because I want to be different. I want to be something that people always like remember. They'll remember me. They'll remember my name. So I'm putting a lot of pressure.
Last question before I let you go, and I know as I said, a lot of things going on here with you. How tough is it sometimes having sort of your own mark and personality in a family where everybody's a boxer? Your brother is, Stefan Fundora, undefeated fighter, is fighting on, May 1st on pay-per-view on Fox. The rest of the family are all boxers. Your father is a trainer. How tough is it sometimes, having your own sort of mark personality, sort of, your own basically just your brand when it's all part of the family business. Everybody is basically a boxer. How do you try to stand out and have your sort of your own, basically story?
Oh, I mean, yeah, all of us are related, and we all come from the same tree, but we're all different. So, and it's not that hard, I guess. I wouldn't say that's hard, that putting on a different personality or something like that, because I don't. I'm trying to be natural as much as I can. But yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. Just be yourself.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I give you, it is very lovely, but very deadly in the ring. I give you a world amateur U.S. champion, now newly pro, who will be fighting once again only on Showtime. I give you, it's Gabriella Fundora. Gabrielle, before I let you go, where can the fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website? Once again, when are you going to be fighting on Showtime?
I'll be fighting May 15th on Showbox. Catch me if I believe maybe public will be open, so go see it in LA. You can go follow me on Instagram at Fundora Gabriella, so, and Twitter too on Fundora Gabriella, I believe too. So thank you for having me.
Pleasure's all ours. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I give you, it's Gabriella Fundora. She'll be fighting May 15th only on Showbox New Generation. Check her time and local listings for details. We come back. Check out more great interviews coming up only on It's Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on It Is the Last Call YouTube channel.